Team Fortress Source 2 is over, party. Tis time for real, unlike last time, which was just clickbait. Exclusive interviews with the creators of Team Fortress Source 2 and a surprise guest who has abandoned S&box coming back from the shadows. Amper Software, known for... the breaker admin system, I guess, have been hit by a DMCA. I'm sure this is coming as a surprise for you. Nobody has made a video yet on such a low-profile news like this.
This is akin to Valve taking down a Garry's Mod game mode because it utilizes their own IP.
I'm not sure why everyone else covering the story sounds so depressed. I see this as an absolute win. From their own admission, Amper Software already decided they were going to stop working on Team Fortress Source 2, but instead of having a rabid Team Fortress 2 fanbase attacking them for abandoning the project, they get all of their support. Looking at the actual DMCA they received on GitHub, it's full of inaccuracies, which made people think it's someone pretending to be Valve. Ampersoft? I guess I've been saying it wrong the whole time. What sandbox? I think you're talking about Satbox. I've looked around to see if anybody verified the veracity of the DMCA, but it seems like nobody actually attempted to do so. Maybe Tyler McVicker did, but he blocked me for sending him this meme, so I'm unable to check. I've sent a certified email to Valve's legal counselor who has handled previous fan-made projects and is specialized in intellectual property. If someone knew something about the situation, it's them. Then I realized it's the weekend and I was already late on getting this video out. So if you want an update to when they eventually respond, join our Discord server where we have our dedicated S&box Drama channel. They already responded, the DMCA is real, but please do join our Discord. As expected, the Team Fortress 2 community has started a boycott and is desperately trying to get Valve to work on the game again. I thought this was all about the DMCA. Well, more power to you Team Fortress 2 fans, I'm sure it will work this time around. Time for what you've been waiting for, the interview with Kaya, owner of Ampersoft and producer for Team Fortress Source 2. Has Valve attempted to get in contact with you before the DMCA?
No.
Will you be attempting to counter the DMCA?
Nope.
What's your opinion on Valve's representative calling you Ampersoft?
It's silly, but we'll take it.
Have you never asked for explicit permission from Valve to continue developing?
Nope.
Will you be supporting the Team Fortress 2 subreddit boycott towards Valve?
No, because we think the DMCA is fair as we use their IP without asking prior. We knew it would happen at some point.
What are your plans for 2024?
Personally, getting a job in the industry as 3D artist.
What are Ampersoft's plans for 2024?
Amper plans are not clear for now, but we will stick around as a group and continue to exist.
Any closing remarks or shoutouts you'd like to give?
Thanks again to everyone that supported us for the last 3 years, and our team's smiley face.
Now, the interview ends, but at the time I was on Reddit arguing with a Team Fortress 2 subreddit user. They kept saying that Ampersoft was violating Valve's TOS because they were monetizing their game and accepting donations. So I went ahead and asked Kai about it.
Well, we haven't received a single penny from our work on Team Fortress Source 2. Nor did we plan to monetize it if S&box allowed to. We were just doing it for fun on our free time, mostly during COVID quarantines. We had way more time back in 2021. Then things went back to normal in 2022, and over time we all got other priorities in our lives.
That's right, Christy Mambay. I do have a source for my claim, now it's your turn to prove me wrong. That's not all though. We also have a short interview with Qualitykk, another one of Ampersoft's producers. Do you support the Team Fortress 2 subreddit boycott?
No.
What are your plans for 2024?
Gonna focus on making games in S&box as well as in other engines. Currently, I'm working on a combat racing game with the scene system which I'm hoping to get playable this year.
Wanna shout anything out?
Gotta thank the team obviously for even making this possible, and the people who put up issues or contributed to our GitHub. We probably wouldn't have gotten as far without the community support smiley face. Also have to thank Bad and Best and his Amper News Network channel for raising awareness and personally motivating me to do a lot more work on the project.
It seems like the developers have already moved on and are thankful for the experience. I'm gonna leave their socials and their newest projects in the description if you wanna check them out.